Okay, live stream is starting. It's telling to me here. Okay, it's telling me we're live. All right. Hi there, out there. This is the wrap up of the Lightning Hacksprint. So welcome very much. We had about 3 days of kind of hacking out on Lightning projects. Maybe to give you a background, I'm Rutsal, so I'm with Fulmo, and we're organizing those hack sprints, also doing hack days or Lightning conferences if we can do them again. But as long as we do online, I think the hack sprints are nice gatherings we do from time to time to push the Lightning projects forward and to discuss some topics about Bitcoin and Lightning to keep the exchange flowing and the development and spread the ideas, test prototypes, test new features, and discuss about it. So we had 3 days, and we just want to let you know a bit what was happening. And I've got already 2 guests here with me. So we got Ben. Ben, say hello.
I have to unmute. Hello.
And we got Boomy already. That's cool.
Hi there.
And we will check out later in the projects, or what means later. Now we want to know what happened. So let's maybe jump right into here, and let me share here my screen with you quickly. Come on, it's a bit slow. It's the other Chrome tab I want to use over here. And let's see. All right, so here we go. That's first of all, this is for everybody who doesn't know, this is the wiki.fulmo.org. It's the place where we share all the information and about the Hacksprint and coordinate the basic informations. So normally you find here the timetable. As you can see, we're now already in the wrap up, and we normally use the tools like MetaMost and Jitsi to kind of communicate over the 3 days and to work on our projects, to coordinate on and do cool stuff. But the most important thing are the kind of challenges. The challenges are kind of a list of projects and ideas people want to tinker on during the Hacksprint, and we had some registration. Of course, not all of them maybe made big process. Sometimes it's just an invitation for people to do something, but let us look through what we got here so far and give you an overview. The first project here in the list is the Raspberry Blitz. It's this little device, for example. Also, you cannot see the camera. Let me turn on my camera, maybe. I think I can have my screen here in somehow. Okay, let's give it a try. Do you see the page, the screen? This is a little bit experimental here, maybe. Yeah, now you have some video from me too. So this is the Raspberry Blitz. It's a little Raspberry Pi running as a Bitcoin full node and as a Lightning node, and it's a very much liked feature to try stuff out and on the node. And this time we had not so much going on the hackery on this. Maybe it was also because I was a bit distracted because there's another event happening in parallel, the RC3, the CCC event that we did in parallel, and we did a lot of kind of talks we also had with the hack sprints. So maybe this was lacking me a bit, like maybe being there for people, but some people did, and that's very, very nice. Test out the release candidate for the 1.6.3 that's out there, and so far so good. I got good feedback. For the most people, it's working. There's still some bug, some edge case that didn't solve with the new version, but it's more something we try until we get it right there to get rid of this edge case. But for the rest of it, it kind of looks good, and I think I'm very confident that we can release the new 1.6.3 at the beginning of the new year. So look out for that one. And if you already, again, the hack sprint doesn't need to end. The hacking doesn't need to end. If you're still just watching this, you find all those on the GitHub here, all those issues with the hackathon label are still up and good for you to check out and work on, and let me know. And we can communicate over the GitHub, of course, there, no problem. So 1.6.3 is a kind of coming soon. So this is the good result from the Hacksprint from that side. The Pi block, I sadly didn't. Maybe the mentor was not able to make it this weekend or this day, so sadly nothing to report here. But on the other side, we have one topic. We had this project in the ideas for some time, because this idea was started by us kind of organizing the Hacksprint, because you can see this wiki here we're using. And the wiki is nice if everybody's free to edit it, to do this editing together. But of course, there is the spam problem. So yeah, we had it open, and then immediately we had spam on there very quickly, like Chinese pages showing up, and we had to delete stuff. It was a little bit of pain. So we dreamt of a spam protection. And sure, you can make Google Capture, whatever like, but we're doing the Lightning thing here, right? So we have Lightning payments, and all the people that want to edit the wiki are able to use Lightning, so and are ready for Lightning. So it was always the nice idea to have a plugin for MediaWiki that gives us a spam protection that you do with Lightning. You pay some Satoshis to get a trusted user and to edit the wiki. So, and we had this coming here a little bit. We had it on previous Hacksprints. Nobody picked it up, but this time we had Pseudosach. I hope I tell you that correctly, but that's the nickname that we're seeing here. And we got some code and some prototype and a video to show you, to give you an idea. So let's see. So this is the code, this is the repo. So we will try this out on our MediaWiki kind of after the Hacksprint and experiment with this. But it really, really already looks good what we are looking for, because you can use kind of a C Lightning node behind with Lightning Charge, or even an Ln bits. So it's already kind of flexible what kind of Lightning nodes you can put in there as your backend if you run this wiki and you want to use this extension. So this is already great. The install process is kind of, and configuration is kind of defined here. So this is something we will, as Fulmo, will play with. But to give you a kind of idea, here's a link to a demo video. We will shortly take a look. I think this will give us a good idea how this is working. Let's see if my Jitsi can handle the video streaming. Looks okay. Should be about a minute. And I will see if I can, if it gets full screen here. Give it a try. There it goes. So we see there is so this demo, there seems to be an Ln bits in the background. So here we are at the MediaWiki. Somebody creating an account, that's nice. So some new user on the wiki, and there is go to a special Lightning page. So this is, it's maybe a little small, but it says like, if you want to get a trusted user, please pay this 1 Satoshi, I think this is in this case, to the address. So pay the invoice. And this is will now be done here. And as you can see, there was this anti-spam payment received. And now the person is on the MediaWiki. If we kind of refresh the page, it's a trusted user. And now this user has the right now to edit the wiki. Perfect. This is in the end what we looked for. Maybe it's not that big a thing, but I think it's a very, very nice tool. We cannot wait to use. So no, we don't.
Well, we've still got a bounty, and that deserves a bounty if he's using Ln bits. So you'll have to put me in the direction of the developer who made that, and I can send them the bounty.
That's interesting. So we're talking about double bounty here, because there was already a bounty from Fullmood just for this thing.
Maybe they double bountied.
Double dip bounty. So
why not?
So we have the good thing is we have the Git the name here. I think, is there another contact we have? Because I chatted on the MetaMost, and it sounds like was not able to make it for this live stream, so we will contact afterwards. I think the GitHub should be possible to get in contact here. So there could even be double bounty. So first contribution to kind of a Bitcoin Lightning project, an great open source contribution. And again, the bounties are there to make it a little bit more spicy for you. And I hope the spice will go your way very soon. So we get in contact, if we even just try us to contact us, we will meet. This will be great. All right. Then we had the micropayment wallet, over the money socket. I haven't got report back what happened in detail, but Boomi, I saw you were a little bit in chatting there. Can you maybe give us a short, even if you talked about some topics, where something you find interesting, or something information you shared about the project, anything you like to let us know?
I'm not I wouldn't do justice to the project, but I think you had there was a stream yesterday with a pretty nice demo of what they've been working on, which looks super cool. I'm not sure if that's the YouTube video, the YouTube link that is linked there. Maybe we can have a look at that quickly. But we've been chatting about the idea on how to make payments on the web more seamless, how to standardize streams of payments using Lightning for the web. And the money socket demo is actually pretty cool because it connects two wallets together and exchanges invoices and payments then on the back on the back end automatically without any user interaction, which is pretty cool.
Nice. All right. So Ben, was this video done with you on the details? Did you had the project on in an interview?
Oh yeah, no, we did. Yeah. So we were able to, because obviously a lot of the Hacksprint sessions were being recorded and posted on YouTube. So we were black bagging your speakers and then pulling them onto our sofa, and then getting them to basically do most of the same stuff, but republishing it onto YouTube. It's quite nice actually, because we were able to then ask questions as well, have a little Q&A session. But yeah, we had JD on from Money Socket, and mind blowing. I'm glad we got that guy on, because I was able to finally kind of wrap my head around Money Socket. WebSockets confuse me, and Money Socket confuses me even more. But no, it was great to get him on. But yeah, if you want to check those out, I might even share my screen for a second here. If you want to check those out, if you go to World Crypto Network, there's a playlist called Lightning Hacksprint Couch Stream, and in there we speak to Money Socket, Lightning. I got 21 is enough as well to catch up with him, because I wanted to see what he was doing. So the Sphinx Chat guys came on, Spectre Wallet came on. So we got a load of stuff there, which was cool. Let me stop sharing. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I think the live stream gets your screen. I'm not seeing it, but I see it in the live stream. There's something happening. Okay, that's good.
Jitsi does clever stuff. Thank God.
Yeah, I definitely. So that was so thankful that you were around to a little bit like get a little bit more into details afterwards, like getting more details out of the project. So very recommend your recordings. So for everybody who wants to maybe check out more details on the project. And it likes to have it more in a video kind of format. So definitely going that way, can recommend. Ben, what you're searching for on the YouTube if you search for your videos?
So if you go on YouTube and you just type in World Crypto Network, there's a playlist, and it's called Lightning Hacksprint, and then they're all on there. There's like 10 videos. There's still one to do actually, which is on the Nostar protocol, which isn't really Lightning Networks related, but it's just a lot of the people who are working on a lot of the projects we've been working on are also quite interested in that. So I just sort of tagged that on the end. So yeah, we've got 9 videos currently, and there's one more video to do. But it was a privilege, man. I was just so grateful to be able to like grab all these great people and pull them in, and like we got Oliver on, and he gave us that L&D update. So yeah, it was great. It's a good series of videos to watch when you've sitting on packing away on the computer and just have it on in the background.
Nice. Okay, cool. So really definitely have something to watch afterwards. Let's see, the other project, LLP Node. Is somebody from the project already in the chat?
I am here. Yes. Hi guys.
Yeah. Hi there. Who's speaking?
It's Olga. If you can hear the bubbles, see the bubbles. So yeah, that's me. So as actually was pretty much expected. We also did not have too much activities this time because the Chaos Congress, because holidays and stuff.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
was some
everyone had
distraction around.
yeah, a lot of people had reasons. Nevertheless, we did have a couple of contributors, and so we did have like two challenges. One was a challenge about adding functionality in Rust to the LNP node, and the second challenge was like a dashboard full of different wrappers and everything that are required in many different languages, from Python to Go and whatever. Um, Probably surprisingly enough, Rust-based functionality raised more interest than anything else. Which,
Okay.
yeah, I expected to probably people jump in something which is more, which they know more about and everything. But apparently, in our community, challenges is something that people love. So everyone tried to reach out regarding the Rust pull requests and Rust functionality. We also had a self-organized session yesterday, during which like we discussed many different questions, starting from general, why we need the LNP node, what functionality was going to be, and everything like that. We also a bit scratched the surface of RGB there. Some questions were very technical. Some of them were pretty common, but it was really a nice chat, and it was an hour, so it was a lot of people, pretty crowded. So thanks for having us there, for allowing us to have that session. We did. I wanted also to join Ben on the couch. That did not sound the way I expected that. But yeah, we do have a development call every Wednesday, so basically it's tomorrow, and we did have a couple of missed points in our schedule, so we're now actively working on delivering a couple of very huge news for tomorrow. So yeah, I might jump in if Ben's gonna be alive.
Yeah, that'd be
later.
cool. That'd be great, actually. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. That'd be great. I'll add an extra video on there. Fantastic.
Yeah, I would love to, and sorry for being late with that, but yeah, as I said, we're currently focused on like delivering results and getting the updates there, because everyone is, especially now, talking about stuff is cool, but seeing how something works, seeing what can be done, and having tools to play around with, that's something that people need right now. So we're focusing on that also. So yeah, I would love to talk. I would love to give more information and to probably answer all the questions that Ben has or anyone else has. But yeah, we still did good job over this hackathon, and we're still expecting a lot of updates over the following week. So thank you, guys.
Cool.
Cool. Thank you very much. I have a short thing. I think something has happened with my video connection. So Ben, you're doing this Jitsi live streaming a little bit often. Can I just reload the page, or will it break the stream?
It won't break the stream because we're on it as well. It has happened to me as well when I share a screen. For some reason, you try and unshare and you just get a black, nothing. So yeah, if you want to refresh, it shouldn't break anything.
Yeah. Okay. If I'm gone, entertain the crowd. I will be back.
Okay. I suppose actually, I was going to speak about one of the bounties which got claimed. I might do that. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? I suppose first we should probably check to make sure that the live stream is still happening. I'm not sure how to do that. Do you want to check to see if the live stream's still happening there?
That would be also nice. I'll have to see. I think we have to completely restart Chrome, but okay, I will do. We'll see you.
Yeah. I'll in fact, I'm just gonna imagine that it is, because whenever we've done this before, it's always carried on working. So yeah, I'm going to share my screen because I had a couple of bounties out over this Hacksprint. And then a couple of them got taken up, which is great. One of them was for, in the Mattermost, there was a suggestion by Fiat Jeff, the great and powerful Fiat Jeff, of selling subdomains. So an extension for LNbits to sell subdomains. Now, for those of you who don't know what LNbits is, it's just like a wallet account system for like Lightning. So you've got like a funding source, and then you can make multiple accounts, so you can become a custodial, or you can have lots of wallets for your friends, family. You can use it for a business or whatever. But we also added in all these extensions. So these are just like little extra functionality, so you can build out your own bits in different directions, kind of like a WordPress website, but for a Lightning wallet, I suppose. And one of the extensions we wanted for it is subdomains. So say if you've got a domain, I've got lnurl.com. I was opportunistic and I bought it when I first heard of lnurl. I'm having that. But I don't use it. I mean, I don't really use it for anything. So, it'd be nice to be able to sell subdomains. People make like an LNURL project and they just want a little subdomain for it, So it could be like, I don't know, tickets.lnurl.com, and they just want to point it to their server where they're running some little service or something. So what we thought is so if I show you, this is a different extension I've got here, like one which is already running, which is a paid support tickets extension. But the way the subdomain extension would work is very similar. In fact, we can see here this is the repo for it. We can see here an image. So you can create a new form for selling your subdomain, where you put in your Cloudflare API token and then the domain name and so on, and then amount per day, so how many satoshis it's going to cost you per day. And then when you click, create domain or create form or whatever, you'll then get a form. And this is a shareable link you can share with people. This is kind of a public link. So you can give this out to people. In this extension, obviously, it's used for, having like paid support tickets. So you pay X amount of sats per word or whatever. But in the subdomain extension, it will be a form. So you can put in the subdomain you want and tickets, and then put in the server address where it's going to point to, put in the amount of days you want that subdomain for, and then pay the amount. And then what happens is in the back end is this extension will be contacting your Cloudflare account. And then setting through the API, it's going to set the an A record for that subdomain, and then point that subdomain then at the server address which was given to you by the customer. So it's just a really neat thing. And what's great about LNbits as well is you can actually, when you run LNbits, you can restrict it to just one user. So this little user ID up here, which for me currently is like a throwaway user ID now, but I can make it so my LNbits instance I can only be accessed through this user account. Which means that on my lnurl.com, website, on the server for it, I can run LNbits. I can restrict it to just this account. I can activate that subdomain extension, and then I can make this a shareable form, and then just give it out to people and say, if you want a subdomain for lnurl.com, feel free, and then point it at your server, whatever. Could be sort of useful for Blitz stuff maybe as well, for nodes, like if you want a domain name. So maybe I'll go and register, blitz.com, or I don't know, rootsel.com, and and then people could, if they wanted to point there. I mean, quite often I just want, I need a domain name, but I don't want to register a whole domain. I just want to register like a subdomain just for a short period of time, maybe just for some pop-up service. So maybe I'll just register it for a day just on a subdomain. So really cool idea that, it means that if you have a domain name, then that can be something you can earn a passive income from if you have like an interesting domain name by selling subdomains over Lightning Network. And it's great for microtransactions as well. So the person working on that is Christian, and he claimed the bounty for it. And goddamn, he's worked hard. He's even done a README and everything, which is super cool. And I think the extension is more or less ready. He just wants to do a little bit of tweaking, so that'll be out, and we'll add it to LNbits. And then also I'll pull it to the lnbits.com so people can play around with it on there. And what else? I mean, the LNbits chat on the Mattermost has been pretty busy. Umbrel. So someone else claimed an extension for Dockerizing LNbits and then adapting it so it can be a one-click app for Umbrel, which is pretty cool. And that's the MediaWiki one, isn't it? I think, which I've already spoken about. So it was a great. Let me stop sharing. It was a great and fruitful Hacksprint. So I was doing all the streaming on the side, and at the same time there was all this cool development going on in LNbits. And we get a new extension out of it, which is a new extension I'm going to personally use. So great. And to be honest, I might even use it just for, rather than having to go into my domain registrar and set a domain name and an A record. It's kind of easier if I just use the Ellen Bits form for it, which I could just bookmark on my computer.
Cool, perfect. I'm back. You can hear me? So,
Yep.
You can hear me. Cool. There's Jared, right?
Yeah, JD.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was a bit late showing up here.
No problem. We already shortly gone over the Money Socket project, but please feel free from your side to add your what did you did over the Hacksprint, or what is your next goals there? Did you had a good contact? Can you hear us?
Oh yeah, sorry, just mute button problem. So yeah, I got a little bit done. I mean, sorry, I got distracted a little bit on some of the side discussions, which was good. Got to meet some people and talk to them, so that was valuable. I'm just seeing if I can share this this thing here. Can you see the window?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the wallet. So I did the video that just kind of introduced it. I did get this sort of menu thing going, and there's like a bit of a dialogue if you want to paste a beacon, this kind of thing. You can generate one, and that would be disconnect. So I got sort of this GUI stuff done. So I did some, I guess, storyboards with some input from Pavel and perhaps other people. Yeah, I can like forget it. So I'm using browser local storage for all this. Made a little bit of progress, and I guess my plan is to continue on with this over the next week and all that to kind of get this wallet fully fleshed out. Yeah, it's doing not bad.
That sounds good. Cool. Do you found any places where you can say, oh, it would be great if somebody can connect to me, like on this topic, on that topic? So would you want to reach out to some people for special skills or special topics?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm this is, I guess, my full-time gig at the moment here was working on Money Socket stuff. So any time of the day, hop on the Telegram t.me/moneysocket. It is, largely just me working on it. I've gotten a little bit of help first from some people. My buddy Derek is doing like a Pong game, is just sort of like a proof of concept for like a Money Socket app where you're like playing Pong in the browser over a Satoshi. So he's working on that. There's a GitHub repo for that. So yeah, just kind of looking for people that are motivated with some ideas that kind of want to experiment with that. I definitely say this is still very much in the experiment phase. So you're gonna find bugs and have problems, but all of that helps grind through and get this thing a little more stable.
I'm sorry for interrupting, but I wanted to ask. Currently, when you say that you want someone to join the team to play around and everything, what exactly do you need more right now? Some sort of developer force and ideas, programmers, or you're talking more about testing, finding bugs, maybe delivering some ideas, how to improve the product, how to improve the Money Socket and everything?
I'd say all of the above. I mean, I'm not paying anything, so beggars can't be choosers. So anybody that wants to come with energy with like an app idea, I mean, even this wallet I've shown, it's not like the final wallet. There's probably a niche for somebody to make like a cleaner design if they got sort of like a design background. I think that would even just conceptually help me if someone from a design background, even if they're not a coder, to just kind of think through how using the software might actually work. Because I've kind of got my vision of it, but it's a little bit utilitarian. And, to have a dialogue about, okay, in the full expression of this, how does this actually work? And because it's also a protocol, like you can only view the protocol through the apps themselves. So like, just getting different apps where different aspects of the protocol are on screen, I think really helps, sort of evolve the mind space of where we're going. And then, I will need to do a test framework and all that. The protocol itself is a little bit volatile. I have to add a couple features. I have to make sure the error codes are coming back properly. That's part of the wallet. I need somewhere to like display the errors and kind of log them. So that's useful. So yeah, there's just like lots of grind across very many pieces. Also another thing, once this is in a little more mature state, to actually get users out in the world using it. Doing an integration into things like there's like LN bits and CoinOS, and then these various like MyNode and even Raspberry Blitz or whatever type things, where maybe it's like an optional include, where if you want to install like a money socket endpoint to get that integrated. But I've been a little bit cautious about doing that myself at this point, because there's just so much other work and it's a little bit unstable. I don't want to waste people's time with buggy, volatile crap just yet. But that will come once I'm feeling a little better about it. So yeah, I'd just say all of the above is perfectly welcome. Even if you just want to talk about it, that's great.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
All right. So if there's anything to add on your project, anything you'd like to share, otherwise I would go through the list and see what else we got.
Nope, that's all. Thanks a lot for including me in this talk here.
Oh yeah.
Wait there, before we jump, I got really intrigued by the idea of an LN bits money socket endpoint. So have I got time to quickly ask what that is? Am I allowed?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So right now there's the Terminus component for money socket. It's the thing that actually interfaces with the Lightning Network. It's the thing that's actually paying the invoices, because it talks to a node where it can do that. So right now that's a C Lightning plugin. And I have my own CLI for that component, where I can set up an account with here's 1,000 Satoshis for that account. And here's the beacon way you connect in. It's also a WebSocket server. So it's listening. So you have to set up an account to answer on the end when a wallet comes in and connects. So there's there's a CLI interface, which is not, it gets the job done, but it's not end user ready. So somebody that might already have LN bits just coincidentally because they have a MyNode and it has LN bits on it, ideally somewhere in the GUI, or I'm even talking stuff like Ride the Lightning, somewhere that's already making a nice GUI for how to go set up your Lightning and manage your Lightning stuff. If there was a tab or a menu or whatever, set up a money socket endpoint, it could go in there and control the terminus that would of course be running in conjunction, and then set up an account and then giving them a beacon. So it's sort of I know Blue Wallet has their what's it called, the LND hub or LN hub, or
yeah. So it would need say in LN bits it would kind of need to be I suppose an admin extension, and because your node's here, then LN bits sits on top, and then it's an admin extension. You go in and then you set your money socket beacon for your node. Is that what you kind of, yeah. That sounds flipping.
Yeah, kind of thing. And so you'd want an account. If you have a video streaming thing that's taking sats, and then you have your wallet, that's your spending wallet and all that, you kind of want to set those all up in that interface.
Well, there'll most definitely be bounties available for that when that becomes something on your list.
Yeah, that's a little ways down the road, which is why I haven't bugged anybody about that. But I think it's sort of.
I look forward to it. I look forward to it.
All right, great to see, Ben, that it sparked your interest already. So, okay, so let's see. I have to share my screen again. Hope this time nothing goes black or something. So let's see what else was on the list and what we can talk about. From the Swings chat app, which is, I think, one of the kind of very interesting chat apps we have for at the moment to experiment with chatting over the Lightning Network, so sending messages over the Lightning Network in a decentralized way. So you're using your node as a message hub. And there's very interesting experimentation going on with podcasting 2.0. And during the Hacksprint, we had Paul, who was giving us a short overview of how to set up your own tribe and your group on this. So this was a great discussion. And we already also had Anita Posch giving us insight into podcasting 2.0, how it looks from a podcaster kind of view, because they're coming two communities a bit together, like the Lightning community or Bitcoin community together with the podcast community. So it's great to see this overlap. So this was very, very interesting. Sadly, Evan, the other mentor from the project, got ill. So kind of flu kind of symptoms we heard. So we hope everything's good there. So take time to recover. Hope to have you on board next time again. And so all the best to there. And guys, you really rock. You push a lot of stuff out there. If you need a break, take a break and then go ahead. So no problem there. Then we have the Lightning browser extension, and Boomi, that's your baby, right?
Yeah. So we've been working on that. Sorry. So yeah, we had some super exciting talks and chats about what is possible with getting Lightning closer to the browser and how an integration could look like. And so besides of the general talk on that, how to do that, we got a prototype running. And the general idea is to have a browser extension, actually a quite small browser extension that implements the WebLN standard. The WebLN standard, for those who haven't heard about it, is an idea, a specification on how websites, how web apps can interact with user-provided wallets. So the website can, for example, say, hey, please user, pay me 100 Satoshis or something like that. And the extension would implement that standard and then hand off the request to a native application, to a native wallet or whatever the user chooses to perform the actual transaction. So right now, what we got this browser extension running, and we got a companion app, how we call it, for LND, that does all the user interaction and the connection to LND. So what we can do right now is allow any website to request a payment. If the user enables it, the payment would then be automatically, or the invoice would then be automatically paid. Which I think is pretty cool, because it just makes the payment process completely seamless. So if I think I'm going, for example, on some blog or some content page, I don't have to see the QR code and pay the invoice. The browser can decide that automatically, so I don't have to do anything. And we hope that the browser extension can be used by multiple applications. So we were also thinking, for example, about having an LN bits integration there, that you can connect the browser extension to an LN bits account and then pay basically through your LN bits account.
Nice. So just a question: would it even be possible that I can, with one click, or I'm on an LN-Bits account, and I have just a button can say install a browser extension, and it would be automatically kind of configured then with paired kind of with my LN-Bits account?
That's basically the idea. Yes,
that
would be
cool.
Would be possible that this works, which I think would also be nice for people to get started, for new people to use and pay on Lightning, because we all want people to set up their nodes and their Lightning nodes, but it would be also nice to just have an LN-Bits account and then can say, okay, I'm paying here a few Satoshis to this website.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Awesome.
Just a quick question for mobile browsers. So, is there also an extension framework, or is this more for desktop browsers?
I have no idea, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know if that's how that would look like on mobile browsers. I also don't know that much about browser extensions yet. This is actually my first bigger browser extension that I'm working on. So I've been using this time to actually learn a lot about it, just because I think it's needed, and I think it would be a nice case. So if anybody has some thoughts on that, and if anybody knows about mobile browsers, how that could work, that would be super helpful. What I thought about is actually but I also don't know yet how that would work, that you would connect your desktop browser to a mobile Lightning wallet. So, for example, that you confirm the payment on the mobile. And I think that was also something that you were initially suggesting.
Yeah. I'm just, as you can feel, I'm searching for this kind of connection between mobile and web and desktop. So I think we need to find a good sweet spot there for integration.
Well, if you have a what's it called, a persistent web app, then you get that little thing where you can install this web app, and it will just, so you can install it from the browser, and you get a little, and it acts like an app then in your phone. It feels like an app. It's like if you build it as a persistent web app thing. I don't know if that's something which is possible.
But you need to look what's possible and how you can react then, what interactions are possible, and if you can call a web app that it's installed. It's maybe a little bit tricky, but I think that's definitely something to check out. Bumi, how can people contact you if they got interested now? Because I just see here on the wiki not a direct link to a GitHub or something.
Actually, I am surprised that there is no link to to GitHub. I will definitely add that. I think I screwed up the wiki syntax, I guess.
Maybe I
edited it. But there are two GitHub repositories. One is for the extension, one is for the LND companion app. There is some basic documentation there. It's still hard to install, so that is probably one of the next things that I want to do, is to make it look nicer and especially make it easier for people to install, to be able to hack on it. I think the best way to contact me right now would be the chat in Mattermost or Twitter. I'm at Bumi on Twitter. But I will definitely add GitHub links to the wiki here, and also will try to make a short demo video on what we got so far.
It sounds perfect. Just a side note for sometimes, because sometimes people come after a Hacksprint into the Mattermost and try to write people. Not everybody that is using the Mattermost has it kind of on notifications or something. So after the Hacksprints, it's possible to use the Mattermost and contact people, but don't see it as a direct line. Sometimes you maybe also have to try other channels to get the message through. So just to let you know. So if you want to get in contact, I think the GitHub is always a good thing. If there's a Twitter account, when people have direct messages on, or you can just mention them in a tweet or something, you will get something started. So what I'm feeling, you can get in contact. Sometimes you just have to try one more links, because today, in these days, you have so many channels. Oftentimes you cannot monitor and be responsive on everything. So just keep that in mind. Okay, Ben, you were already talking about LNBits, right? So while I was resetting my browser, right?
I was being opportunistic. I didn't have anything to talk about, and I thought while you're not there, I thought I'm just going to dive in and go on about the. So I pretty much covered all the bounties and the new subdomain extension which is being developed, and so that was cool. And I see, that's I've covered it all. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, perfect. All right, cool. Thank you very much. So you made best use of the time.
It's great. I was able to binge. I haven't been allowed to go near Bitcoin over Christmas, so I was able to binge Bitcoin. Now the family's fed up with me and they're happy for me to go up in my cave.
Okay, and talking about caves, that's a good. It's maybe a good segue. Because what we also have is as a kind of last kind of thing, we had the RC3 assembly integration, because during this Hacksprint, it was a little bit of an experiment, because the RC3, the Chaos Communication Congress, was happening this time as a remote event. So normally it's on location and people meet, thousands of people meet, but this time it was not possible. So it was a remote event. This was online, and we was thinking, yeah, if people are already meeting online, why not make a Hacksprint in parallel and just combine the bits that fits. So and we had a good time. A lot of the assembly is running already. Also, it's 3 days, and the idea was, how can we maybe get this a little bit more together? Because there was some experiment here, and maybe I want to show you. There is this 2D play world. Normally there's a lot of jitsies going on and people video conferencing, giving talks, but there is, as you can see here, this very, very sweet play world. So it's like a 2D adventure game. And what we did there as an assembly is we have a kind of simulation of the Room 77 where we normally had our Bitcoin meetups. So and I want to just give a big shout out to Lolle. So she's as you can see, Louisa Alexa on Twitter. So big shout out here for making this building us this home first of all. So it was really integration of our kind of feelings and put it there into the map. So, and everybody already had a good time there the last days, and I think we will still have 2 days to have a good time there. And so very, very thank you very much for putting the time in. And even yesterday, I think Lolle was one of the kind of last people on Hacksprint and kind of still fixing stuff, doing almost an all-nighter here. So thank you very much. So really, really good spirit. And I think this can just even, and everybody's invited to even make this beautiful and contribute. So if you have a little tile like 32 by 32 of your project, we maybe can stick it somewhere on a wall or give you a home here and add a link to your project. So if you have just a little tile like a PNG 32 by 32, if you get your logo in there, just send it to me over the Mattermost and I will forward it, and we may even put it here and put a link to your project. GitHubs are always great, so to link it to them. So thanks very much. So this was already a great integration here. I really love this. And also MZ, who's posting this Twitter here, also did a nice integration hack a little bit like. So normally if you run through this 2D world, then two people meet, it opens up the video chat. So of course you can turn it off, but if both have it on, you see a video chat. And MZ did a kind of, you used a plugin to show an Alan Bits voucher to people. So he was like going around, oh, do you want a free set? so and people could just take out their smartphone, scan it, and have an instant wallet to spend, or pull the satoshis into their installed Lightning wallets. So great integration there, like giving this feeling there, like we can give people free sets in this play world. So I really love that, to see those little integrations happening. And if you have more ideas there, we will you need to use this, or to join this world, you need a ticket for the event. So this is a little bit limited maybe, but we have a Jitsi, a Bitcoin Sofa Jitsi, where we will now have after the Hacksprint still some sessions going on. If you're interested there, very invited to, we'll post the link to the Bitcoin Sofa in the Mattermost if you want to join in, because today at 8, I hope we have a small round of Jörg from Room 77 and Jeff and MZ just talking a little bit like how all this Bitcoin events or Bitcoin assembly started at CCC events with a Bitcoin Sofa at a camp kind of some years ago already. So it's a lot of time has already passed. So I very much invited to join there. But we also have something else. So if you followed over here, what we had also on the session list, there was a lot of stuff happening. And there's still one on the list that it's going to happen, and I want to highlight that one. If you go here, self-organized sessions. So again, this is wiki.fullmo.org. If you haven't the address yet. So you can see here still we are in the wrap up. We're almost through. So at 7 here at Berlin time, we will have a Bitcoin bounty hunt together with Con from Donner Labs. It's a game. As far as I know, you need Windows to install. So maybe not everybody has a laptop to join the game. But even if you're just interested, there will be just follow this Jitsi link, and we will just meet up there, and Con will explain a bit about and maybe we can even then share the screen, and people can maybe just spectate even if they cannot play. So we still have a good time here to hang out, have a little bit fun, to play a game. And in the game, you really play for Satoshis. So you're hunting Satoshis, and you maybe get some Satoshis on the way out of the Hacksprint and in the kind of chill out program. And again, if you then after that still like to hang out, there will be the Bitcoin Sofa link at the Mattermost, and you can join in there, the kind of video hangouts we have there at the assembly. All right, I think that's it, folks. I think. Let me check past events. Yeah. I think so. It's just for me to say, everybody have a great New Year's. So this is coming up fast now. Prepare yourself and have a good start into the new year. So and hopefully we will see each other again for next Hacksprints. And Ben, Boomy, if you want to add something in the end, feel definitely free to do so.
Just thank you, man. Thanks for you, Fulmo, and Louisa and MC, everyone who's helping build these things and get these things going every now and then. They're great, and that they give a lot of our projects, our free and open source projects, give them a good kick up the arse every now and then to get some more development happening. So no, it's been great, man. It's been great. Thanks for hooking it all up and organizing it.
Sure. Exactly. Yeah. Thanks a lot. It was awesome to get to talk to all these people, get all these inspirations, and also get to make time actually to get projects off the ground. Yeah, so you're making it possible. Thank you.
Thanks you all for participating, because without you, this would be just a kind of nice hangout in a video chat. So, but you're really adding the value to it. So thanks again. See you all soon again, and maybe even next year. If everything runs well, maybe we have end of year. Maybe we can see it at a real event. But even otherwise, I think just Hacksprints are also a nice and good choice to hang out and push the scene forward. So, bye there. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
JD.